outages that they were not counting on, and the country was counting on Nigeria exporting its gas to Ghana at the level at which Ghana and Nigeria agreed, and that promise was not kept by the Nigerian government. So I know there have been challenges on that.
Well, the Prison Service Council says it may be forced to activate some of its powers which allow it to reject prisoners.
And this came up at a meeting between the council and the Chief Justice Georgina Theodora Wood. The meeting was convened to discuss the inhumane conditions hundreds of remand prisoners are forced to live in.
Chairman of the Prisons Council, Reverend Steve Wengam, says unless conditions in all 43 prisons across the country are improved, new inmates may be turned away.
Two constitutions, section 208, there is an interesting clause over there that says that one of the functions of the council is that the conditions under which persons may be admitted into prisons. So it means that is depending upon the state of the prisons, the council looking at the way is that if we don't improve situations, it may get to a point where we may have to seek your advice. If we have to invoke this powers of the council, it means that at a point in time we may say, yeah, we can't accept because the police just come and dump them there and much is not done. We are really being pushed to the wall, but we don't want to get to that point, and we hope that from your end we can be helped to be able to deal with that. So.
Well, I can just imagine how it would be like if prisoners should be turned away. I mean, where would we keep them? Is it the cells, the police cells, which are already choked?
I guess there's a question we all need to ask ourselves, because already the Chief Justice Georgina Wood is saying the courts will soon be established in the various prisons to hear some of these cases.
What we are faced with, as he indicated, April, May, really also, you know, we are partly to blame. I mean, judges must know how we run the court business. Now, if you go into court, first thing, I mean, if you have both criminal and civil cases, you are supposed to deal with the criminal cases first. You know, because it involves the liberty of the accused. And obviously, even if you have a number of criminal cases, you are supposed to deal with those on remand first. You can't tell me that somebody needs some bail for stealing. You will attend to that person's case before you deal with a remand, you know, a remand prison. Well, these are basic things that we teach, but for some reason, you know, so let's pray that our judges here who have a passion for human rights. I mean, if you are human rights inclined, you don't even need to be taught.
The Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners has issued a 6-week notice to the National Health Insurance Authority to pay all its claims before 1st May this year.
The society has threatened to deny access to NHIS subscribers if its members' claims are not paid by the end of April. Addressing a news conference here in Accra, president of the group, Dr. Kwesi Odoidako, said most private health facilities are struggling due to the non-payment of claims.
The private health sector has not been paid by the NHIS from August 2014 up to now. The private health sector cannot continue to provide for unpaid services. So we now hereby resolve to, 1, solicit the intervention of all stakeholders and those who care about good health services and universal health coverage to advocate on our behalf to get paid by the NHIS. 2, to work and operate strictly according to the contracts that we signed with NHIS. We signed contracts with NHIS, and the contract is that when you file your returns, they should pay you within 60 days of the filing of your returns. And as I said earlier, we've not been paid since August last year. 3, not to continue to offer services to NHIA card holders as from 1st May 2015, if all outstanding remunerations and arrears are not paid by the 30th of April 2015. So as from the 1st of May, anybody who patronizes our facilities with a card will be seen, provided the person is prepared to pay out of pocket. The private health sector is broke. Practitioners are being taken to court for non-payment of Senate contribution of their workers. I have some examples of some of the summons.
And the Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners is proposing a co-payment system as the best option to sustain the cash-strapped National Health Insurance Scheme.
Many methods have been tried to sustain Ghana's health insurance, but in vain. We prescribe to the NHIA and the government co-payments. Yes, we know it is a social health insurance. Clients are prepared to contribute a little for competent and appropriate health services. Co-payment is a payment made by an individual who has health insurance, usually at the time a service is received. If it's a fixed sum, then everybody who has malaria contributes 5 cedis as co-payment. That's the first, one of the methods. The other one is a percentage of overall cost of service. It applies the same way, but this time it's not a fixed cost. It is a percentage. So if the total cost of treatment is 100 Ghana cedis, and the percentage is 10%, then it means the patient contributes 10% of the 100 Ghana cedis. And that's the second way we can work with co-payments. The third is a combination of both fixed sums and percentages. And the last one is called the deductibles. These are things that they deduct at source. Now, if in countries, the OECD countries, in many low and middle income countries, co-payment has been introduced since 1980s as an element in cost recovery user fees.
We'll stay with the subject a while longer. Former Health Minister Dr. Richard Anani is questioning government's decision to dissipate funds meant for the implementation of the National Health Insurance Scheme on infrastructure projects. According to the former Health Minister, government was not respecting the 2012 stakeholder agreement to allocate 1% of the 2.5% NHIA levy on consumer goods and services to the scheme. It claims proceeds from the levy is being paid into the Ghana Infrastructure Fund. The fund already benefits from allocations from revenue accrued of Ghana's oil, with monies for healthcare mixed up with monies for roads. It has been difficult for the NHIA to pay accredited hospitals and healthcare centers because a chunk of the money goes into road construction, and this has been alleged by Dr. Richard Anani. And Dr. Richard Anani is questioning why government is continuing with the policy of paying NHIA levies into the fund. Dr. Anani, who oversaw the implementation of the National Health Insurance Scheme back in 2005, nonetheless believes that a 1% increment proposed by the authority will also help the scheme to survive. Elsewhere, the Interior Minister Mark Wayongo has instructed various heads of security agencies to come up with measures aimed at sanitizing recruitment processes in the country. His comments follow the recent police recruitment scam in which at least one senior police officer has been implicated so far. He cautioned the various heads that they will be held responsible if any more such scams are uncovered.
The service has its own challenges, the latest of which is what has become known as the recruitment scam, which has obviously come about as a result of the fact that the service has become an attractive institution. That notwithstanding, let me assure the general public that as far as the incident is concerned, it is being competently handled by the special task force that has been established to thoroughly investigate it and submit their report by the 20th of March. exactly a week from now. But let me also say that the incident is a wake-up call for the police to put his house in order, especially when it comes to recruitment. Never again should we experience any scam in recruitment into the police service and the other agencies under the Ministry of Interior. I shall hold the heads of the various agencies under the ministry responsible for lapses in future recruitments.
We talk some money issues now. The Bank of Ghana is not printing new currency notes.
And public should also, therefore, disregard photographs of supposed currency notes circulating so far on social media. The photos appeared real and got many believing the story behind them.
But who produced these pictures and how did they make their way onto social media? We have some answers. Here's Efua Harrison.
24-year-old Hollison Adiku's life may never be the same. Until last weekend, Hollison was just a photographer going about his business. That is until a copy of his work went viral.
It was given to us at school. Our teacher asked us what we think we should do for our understanding. And then we voted. So somebody suggested we do money.
So Hollison, is there a particular reason why you chose to do 30 CDs, 100 CDs, 300 CDs?
Not really, but we were just asked not to do what already exists, but we can draw inspiration from what already exists, but we shouldn't use the same element.
Hollison's 2011 IPMC school project had Ghanaians asking questions from whether the Bank of Ghana was releasing new notes to comments linking the photographs to party politics. Hollison admits the news scared him a little.
How people were thinking as the presidents trying to do blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I got scared.
But would the Bank of Ghana allow a social media leak if it was really considering the introduction of new currency denominations? I called Public Relations Officer at the bank, A.C. Hammond, to find out the process involved in issuing new currency.
There are a lot of things that we have to do. The stakeholder engagement. You have to let the country know. So definitely the presidency will have to know, Parliament will have to know. We have to engage the media. We probably would send a press release and follow it up with a press conference. We'll issue all educational materials that are necessary. For example, we need to know why they are bringing any denominations out, and then tell you what they look like, color, the security features, and all that. So for a long period, a number of months, would like to engage the public throughout the country to get to understand that this is exactly what the money would look like when it eventually comes out.
The young man in question has been a bit uneasy when he heard about the story. He felt, he could be in a lot of trouble. Why shouldn't he be so worried about that?
I mean, there are students, for example, of web designing, graphic designing, who might want to be designing all manner of things. And that could include somebody testing his or her creativity when it comes to designing the money, for example. That would have been okay. But having Bank of Ghana on it and it coming out the way it did is a source of concern for everybody. This is why the bank always stresses the need to get into understanding what the security features of every note are.
So next time you see a purported new CD note, please read between the lines. Besides, these pictures have quite a few words that tell the whole story.
For legal tender for the payment of any amount.
Efua Akwa Harrison, Joy News, Accra.
So that's how can I show it.
Had my way, I'll arrest that gentleman. He got me getting the kicks over
Did
the weekend.
he?
Yeah, over the weekend.
Please. You see,
and then yesterday I read that it was just a a schoolwork. I said,
Yeah,
well,
but he didn't tell you to buy into it,
yeah,
because he has this warning even on the notes.
Sure.
Yeah.
He is very good.
We just assumed, we wanted to believe that something was happening.
And especially, you know, within the atmosphere of the politicking and all the thing about the crisis and how perhaps government may be a bit unpopular as far as public opinion is concerned, we just wanted this to be true.
Yeah.
But what if? Redenominate our money?
What if, coincidentally, the Bank of Ghana had plans to do something like that later this year? What if?
That would have been very upset, I think. So,
yeah.
Okay, so that'll be it for our news updates for the morning. Next, we have to bring you detailed weather, and it's up next.
Yeah, we'll also bring you spot. Remember, Arsenal. Sorry, but he's a Chelsea fan. I would have been on you this morning. But if you're a Chelsea, if you're Arsenal fan this morning, I'm sure you saw it coming. You were probably hoping for a miracle. We'll also come back and check how it was making headlines in the newspapers. Stay with us. It's the AM show.
We'll be right back.